now smells like a humid day inside Joy Behar's moo-moo. The motives stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra. I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is. She has a point. Maybe I am obsessed, but some people are obsessed with Bigfoot, and they don't get to see him on TV every afternoon. And if they did, could they tell the two apart? I don't know.
Joy Behar found herself in the middle of a wild comedy showdown. On one side, Bill Maher delivered sharp, sarcastic remarks like a pro. On the other, Greg Gutfeld jumped in with quick, snappy comments that kept the energy high. When these two went head-to-head, things got chaotic fast. As for Joy's confidence, let's just say it took a serious hit, and not in a fun way.
And by the way, out there, that hat that you keep wearing, that red hat that says "Make America Great Again," that tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because we see it anyway.
I'm not going to defend Donald Trump ever, but I would never say that we should put the swastika on the cap, because I think you can hate Donald Trump. You can't hate everybody who likes him. It's half the country. I don't want to live in that country. I don't want to live in the country where I hate half the country, and I don't hate half the country.
How dare you disagree with me?
If you've ever seen a roast so intense it needed a warning label, this was it. Bill. Maher and Greg Gutfeld didn't just throw shade at Joy Behar. They completely dismantled her point of view and left it struggling to stay relevant. Some things never change. Bad Wi-Fi, spam calls, and Joy Behar serving up political hot takes on daytime TV like she's giving a TED Talk nobody signed up for. She's been doing it for over 20 years, turning every episode of The View into her own one-woman show called Look at Me, I Know Everything, all while sounding like your old drama teacher who just figured out Twitter. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, here comes the surprise. Duo. Bill Maher and Greg Gutfeld. Two guys from opposite sides of the political spectrum, teaming up like a buddy cop movie no one expected, on one mission, and it wasn't peace. They didn't just challenge Joy, they roasted her hard. The View didn't know what hit it, but the internet sure did. Joy Behar might just be the perfect example of America's media chaos, loud, dramatic, and completely at home in the mess she helped create.
Last week, Joy Behar accused Elon Musk of being pro-apartheid, but then begged him afterwards not to sue. Musk lawyers have yet to comment because they're still checking to see if it's legal to sue a cow.
Shots fired.
Just a legal question. I don't know why it's so upsetting. I don't make the rules in this country. All right.
This wasn't a heated debate or a shouting match. Instead, two very different voices from opposite sides of the media world arrived at the same conclusion without even talking to each other. Joy Behar's style of chaotic TV commentary has been allowed to run wild for far too long. Start with Bill Maher. He's no stranger to calling out nonsense. But lately, he's made it his mission to challenge the kind that pretends to be woke wisdom. Maher now sounds like that tired uncle at Thanksgiving, patiently explaining how money works to a crowd that treats TikTok clips like gospel. But recently, his sarcasm has sharpened into a full-on attack against fake intellects and shallow activists, people who talk a lot, but say very little. If this crusade had a face, it would be Joy Behar. Perched on The View, like the queen of half-baked opinions, she didn't even need to be named for Maher's takedown to land. He went after a show that trades facts for fiery emotions, hosts who treat applause like it's a standing ovation for truth, and panels where disagreeing feels like betrayal. Maher's words hit hard, tearing down the media circus that Joy helped create, mocking the fake outrage, the shallow intellect, and the endless self-praise.
The View?
It's called The View. It's not called The Facts.
Yeah, but
It's
isn't it interesting that it's called, I mean, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America. There is one view,
right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else can go sit in the corner.
That's correct.
What's wild is Bill Maher wasn't even trying to roast Joy Behar directly. He just exposed exactly what she's turned the View into. He didn't throw a little shade, he knocked down the whole tree. His sarcasm cut through fake moral posturing like butter, and while he took aim at the whole culture of loud, outrageous TV, it was obvious who the real target was. Joy Behar. She wasn't caught in the crossfire. She was the blueprint. Even without naming her, Maher's words screamed her name. You didn't need subtitles to know who he was talking about. Joy has become a perfect example of what many mock about progressive media. She's the loudest voice in the room, convinced that being the most offended means being the most enlightened. She trades real depth for quick one-liners and serves moral superiority like a Broadway solo, complete with dramatic pauses and slow eye rolls. Bill Maher, on the other hand, is like the guy leaning at the bar with a glass of scotch, calmly delivering. Razor Sharp takes that question everything. Now picture Joy standing on the table shouting, "I'm offended for everyone," before anyone even finishes their sentence. Maher didn't just throw jabs, he brought a wrecking ball. His monologue didn't skim the surface, it dug deep, uncovering the truth buried under all the performative outrage. In Maher's world, shows like The View aren't about honest conversation anymore. They're emotional echo chambers where the loudest actor takes center stage with a mic made of ego and recycled anger. And Joy Behar?
Gutfeld talks about you all the time.
Who is he? Really, who is he?
I don't watch the show.
He has a show.
I don't watch the
never
show.
heard of him.
Yeah.
I guess he's just obsessed with me.
No. Next, Joy's going to say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch and Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds. And
Bill Maher is the jaded liberal scribbling savage notes in the margins of the Democratic playbook. Then Greg Gutfeld is the wild kid in the back of the class drawing cartoons of the teacher. Now, those cartoons are pulling huge ratings. Gutfeld doesn't come armed with stats or deep policy dives. He shows up with punchlines flying and the attitude of someone who thinks satire should hit hard. He's like your sarcastic friend with a meme addiction who suddenly gets a TV studio, a desk, and the green light to roast anyone. When Gutfeld locked in on Joy Behar, it wasn't a quiet jab. It was a full comedy airstrike. This wasn't political critique. It was a roast loaded with sharp sarcasm. To Greg, Joy isn't just a talking head. She's a goldmine of out of touch. Rants wrapped in a smug, I'm always right vibe, delivered with all the subtlety of a foghorn at a poetry reading. Meanwhile, Maher takes her down for what she represents, the shallow side of progressive politics. Gutfeld straight up mocks her as a relic of media privilege, like a loud alum from the Shout Over Everyone school, proudly holding her honorary degree in dramatic interruptions. He doesn't need fancy words, he just points to the madness and laughs loud enough for everyone to get it. Watching Gutfeld break down one of Joy's fiery rants is like watching a circus clown try to give a TED Talk, confusing, chaotic, and somehow still on air. Joy's commentary isn't thought-provoking. It's more like a toddler banging loudly on piano keys.
I want them to pay attention to words like vermin and poisoning the blood and the Third Reich. That's all. That's really what I'm asking.
They see Trump as a comedian. They see him as a clown who says crazy things.
They saw Hitler like that.
Right, okay, but that doesn't mean, you can hate Trump. You can't hate everybody who likes him.
Here's the craziest part. Bill Maher and Greg Gutfeld didn't plan any of this. No secret messages. No backstage deals. In fact, they don't even like each other. They'd probably avoid sitting at the same table if they ran into each other at a party. Yet, without saying a word to each other, they landed on the exact same point. Joy Behar isn't just a host anymore. She's become the headline for clueless commentary, a noisy mix of drama and overhype that's been building for years. Both Maher and Gutfeld saw the same problem. ego disguised as knowledge, loud shouting mistaken for debate, and fake outrage instead of real thinking. But they explained it differently. Maher treated her like a warning sign of what happens when ideology clouds your judgment. Gutfeld saw her as the blooper reel of serious journalism, loud, over the top, and always missing the point. It's almost poetic. Two guys from opposite political worlds, one sipping scotch, the other full of sarcasm, both agreeing that Joy Behar isn't worth fighting over. So what did they do? They turned her into a human piñata of political parody, swinging wildly but somehow hitting the same soft spot every time. And Joy? She stayed silent. No angry comeback, no fiery rant. She didn't have to say anything because the roast was already done. The real blow came from the truth hitting back.
It is getting hit with one of the worst hurricanes that they will ever see.
But she should know, does anyone remember that time when she got carried away by Hurricane Sandy? Take a look. Thank you.